Hey guys, it's Gurdet14 here, and once again we are playing Donkey Kong Country for the Game Boy Advance. We are moving on in Monkey Mines to the boss fight. Yes, Necky's nuts. Again, try to avoid sexual references. Ground pound the spring, and you will get a photo. This boss is actually a lot harder in this specific version of the game. Because for some reason they added an invincibility mode on him, which was not actually in the SNES game. So yeah, it's rather strange to me fighting this guy again. But he is easy. Diddy and Donkey really have no trouble defeating him. Just be careful of the projectile. That's all you really need to be aware of. And yay, we got another giant banana for defeating a boss. And so we are moving on to the next area. Again, I'm not doing a 100% run, just so that we know. Moving on to Vulture Culture. I actually do this level really well for some reason. I think it's because I was stuck on it for the longest time as a kid. Something that I need to actually go over real quick is barrel momentum. Now, it hasn't really come into play much, but it definitely comes into play here and a few of the other levels in Vine Valley. When you fire the Kongs out of a barrel, they actually get an entirely different set of momentum from what they're usually running, and pressing any movement keys will actually shatter that momentum and cause them to slow down significantly. It doesn't seem like much, but it really does hurt. Yes, I'm still sick and it still sucks. Anyway, you jump on the mini Necky, grab the barrel, and you'll get this bonus room. The Bash the Batty bonus rooms I actually do enjoy because they are ridiculously easy once you know what you're doing. And that pack of 10 bananas is taunting me. Evil pack of bananas. Vulture Culture is interesting in that it's our first, mountain coniferous level. I believe it's coniferous. It might be deciduous. I don't really remember. And being that, it's the first time we actually get to see this palette for this specific breed of level. It will be going into play in a few other levels in Vine Valley, but I think Vine Valley is the only place where this palette is used. I don't mind it, mind you. I actually think the palette is kind of cool, but it would be nice to see it a bit. It would be nice to see it more, that kind of thing. Oh, and our next bonus room up here, kill the Necky, jump on the spot, get the barrel, break through here, and the find the exit bonus missions are way too easy to actually bother explaining, especially since the momentum issue doesn't really come up here. Damn barrels. Alright, this area here is actually a lot more difficult than I make it look, especially if you hesitate. But yeah, do exactly what I did and you should be fine. I don't know exactly how I did it so fast, but I did, so there. Alright, again, I'm sorry I don't really have much to say, but I'm way too new to this. Moving on to Treetop Town. Again, this is the first time that we get to see this palette, and we will be seeing it later. It's just that, I don't know, I like all the different types of palettes that we get for these games. And yes, I failed the bonus room. Shame on me. Luckily, it doesn't really affect much, because I'm still going to get lots of stuff in this video. We're not going to make much progress, but we're going to get a lot of things. Barrel momentum does come into play in a few parts of this level. There's a specific part at the very end that you'll be seeing, and it really gets into play there. I'll cover that when we get there. So, since I didn't do it in the first video like I was trying to, I guess I should go over the plot of this game. Yeah, it's late, sue me. Oh, no, don't, because I'm broke. Basically, the plot of this game is that the Kongs are the designated guardians of the Kong's banana horde, of course. and as a result, the bad guys in this game, known as the Kremlings and their captain, Captain K. Rool, have decided to steal it from Donkey. Well, they successfully did. So now it's Donkey's job. It's Donkey's job, with the help of his friend Diddy, in order to go out, stop the Kremlings, and get the entire banana horde back. And this section right here, barrel momentum does play up right there. It's annoying. But now we're going on to our next bonus animal stage, Espresso. This is the first time that you guys have seen Espresso, so allow me to go over something. I don't like Espresso. Rather, I like him, but I don't like him enough to actually think that he's a good animal buddy. By this I mean he is incredibly fast. Unfortunately, that's it. Well, not entirely it. See, like I'm demonstrating here, he has the ability of hovering. It's not actual flight, but it's kind of gliding. And because of that, he is used in several levels in order to get certain bonus areas. But that's pretty much it. He runs like 1.5 times the normal speed of a running Kong, but that's about it. He doesn't really do anything else. And again, this is the only game on the SNES that he would actually be in, as they took him out of Donkey Kong Country 2. A lot of people like Espresso, and I don't blame them. His mini-game in Donkey Kong Country 2 on the Game Boy Advance is actually very interesting. I'm probably not going to be doing that. I have plans for my next LP already lined up. I just got to finish the game first. Yes, being sick still sucks. I am getting better, as I've already noted, but don't try and do this while you're sick. It's not worth it. And I love that sequence right there, where if you just throw the barrel, you'll hit all 4 of them regardless. It's really cool to me. Also very mean. So yeah, that's Treetop Town. Yeah, I like Treetop Town, I do. But now we are moving on to one of the more difficult levels in Vine Valley, Forest Frenzy. As I attempted to explain in the first video, yeah, there's a lot of alliteration in this game. It's actually kind of cool. I don't know why it's there, but it is. But Treetop Town, well, rather Forest Frenzy, is difficult because we are introduced to rope mechanics. Well, maybe not introduced to, but this is the first level that they seriously come into play. Rope mechanics in this game are both really good and really bad at the same time. They are incredibly responsive, and that's what makes them easy to actually move around in. At the same time, they are incredibly difficult to, actually dodge enemies on, because, well, your sprite is a bit big. And by a bit big, I mean, if you're playing as Donkey, freaking huge, and Diddy, still a bit too big for basic rope mechanics. They work, and they work fine, but, it's just something that gets annoying, especially at one of the last parts of the level. I do not like that said part of the level. It is annoying. This area right here is actually simple. Stay online with the bees until the very end, unlike that, and you should be perfectly safe. Yeah, there's the last Kong letter. This one-up is hard to get if you don't know how to switch back and forth. Just tap on either of the directional keys, and your sprite will actually mirror the direction that it was before. It's actually kind of cool. This bonus barrel is freaking hard to find. It's behind a plant, and as we all know, anything behind things is immediately harder to find. And here we will be getting into our next animal bonus room, Rambies. I love this bonus room. It technically is a spoiler for the next world, Gorilla Glacier. Yes, I'm spoiling it too. But, yeah, I love this one. It is incredibly easy to just stack up so many lives here. And there is, in fact, a live camping spot in one of the hard levels in games specifically because of it. If you get 99 lives in a game, it's probably because you camped Rambies bonus stage. Because Rambies bonus stage is, in fact, incredibly easy to do. And it's also incredibly easy to get a shitload of lives in. But the platforming there can be incredibly difficult if you're new to the game. Rambies sprite doesn't like those platforms. And because of that, well, it gets difficult at times. It's not ever too difficult, but it is difficult enough to warrant frustration at times, which kind of sucks because in all seriousness, otherwise it's an incredibly easy level. There are ice physics going on, but they're not that noticeable, especially when you're jumping all the time. And no, I won't be actually getting all the way through Forest Frenzy this time. I know I make the game look a bit easy, but it's a bit nerve-wracking in Forest Frenzy. The rope mechanics always make me think that I'm trying to dodge way too many obstacles, even though there's not actually too many. Yeah, I get nervous. Anyway, guys, that is the end of this part, and I'll see you guys later. This is Gurdette14. Be safe.